Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we made our titanium glass as part of our progress towards small carrier rockets. This time we're going to start out with CASIMIR crystals. So let's take a look at our flowchart diagram and see what we need to be working on. So we're going to need quite a lot of hydrogen. We're also going to need a little bit of graphene to make these crystals, which feed into production of the frame filters or plane filters, which go into the quantum chips. So why don't we start out with the graphene? We're going to need 19 graphene chemical plants making graphene from fire ice. Now, normally when we make graphene from fire ice, we have to figure out what to do with the hydrogen. But here, fortunately, we're going to need an absolute monstrous amount of hydrogen, so we can just feed it directly into that. So, 19 graphene chemical plants from fire ice. Let's go ahead and get started. We've got a little bit of room on the dark side here. So we're going to start right around here and then head south with the production plants. I don't think I have any kind of build for graphene at the moment. I don't really have a blueprint for this. So what do I have that would be chemical plants? Anything? Let's see. I guess we have nanotubes. That has 20 chemical plants, and we need 19. So maybe this is something that we could reuse. Let's see. What does this look like? This does look like maybe something we could reuse a little bit. Let's throw this down and take a look. Now, we're going to have two outputs, so I might have to tweak this. But yeah, let's throw it down and see which way makes most sense. I guess like this kind of makes sense because we're going to need to build up and down. Let's get this put down and then make sure we clear out the things here. So there's 20 chemical plants laid out. That's actually pretty helpful. But then we need an additional line of input, or rather additional line of output. We need an additional line of output. So let's start by changing them all to the correct recipe. We're going to be making graphene from fire ice here. So the input line will be fire ice. That's fine. Okay, so they're all converted over to graphene using fire ice. Now let's see what the numbers look like. So you're going to be doing 30 recipes per second, taking in 60 fire ice. So we're totally fine. We're only going to need 600 fire ice per input line, so that's fine. And then in terms of output, slightly more than that because of the multiplier. So we're going to be fine with this. All right. We will have 2 lines of output, however. So what are all 20 going to do? If we output the hydrogen onto just one line, let's see, 30 recipes, so 37.5 times 20 is 70 times 10, 750. We should be fine. All right, so I don't think... Well, typically I don't proliferate raw materials, and the other hydrogen is going to be coming in from a gas giant, so it won't be proliferated. So we won't mess with that. But what's happening with my other well, I guess this graphene is going into the CASIMIR crystals, but I'm not sure if we proliferated the other graphene on its way into the system or out of the system. So where's all the... I think this is the graphene plant. So where do you output? Let's see. You output your hydrogen onto this line, and you output your graphene onto this line. So it looks like the graphene is proliferated before it goes into the tower. This is traveling quite a long way. Wait a minute. I did see a proliferator there. That's the input. No, this is this is making carbon nanotubes. Yeah, I'm not sure our graphene is going to be... So wait a minute. Your graphene comes out there, comes along here, does get proliferated, and then it feeds into this. Okay. But if we call graphene down from elsewhere... No, I guess... The graphene is going to be used directly to produce the CASIMIR crystals, right? So, yeah, the graphene is going, all of this graphene is going directly in. So, if instead of putting it in the tower, we offshoot it somewhere else, along with the hydrogen. So I think the output from here can all go directly into the next factory. The graphene can go directly into the factory. I think the hydrogen we send into the tower and then we pull it out and proliferate it in the in the next step. So the graphene doesn't need to go into this tower. It needs to go directly into, but maybe I think the raw materials, the graphene and the hydrogen. Well, this is all the graphene we're going to use. So if I like tweak this build, it can work. So instead of going into the tower with the graphene, we'll send it just south into the next step. And as for the hydrogen, we can do the same. So this is kind of like this is kind of not a reusable build. This is a one-off build. We definitely want to proliferate the fire ice as it comes out and goes into this, but the all of the products here are going straight into the CASIMIR crystals. So I think we'll have to change this build a little bit. So let's see. Let's have both the outputs come over here and get proliferated and then go into the CASIMIR below. So I think we will change this out a little bit. Right? So you're really only going to request fire ice. That's it. That's all you're doing. And then we'll do our outputs in a bit. So let's see. We're going to need an output line for hydrogen. These need to be reversed. And then we need an output line for hydrogen. Not quite sure how we hook everything up, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. So let's see. I need more pile sorters. I've picked up a huge amount of iron ore somewhere. Let's get rid of all that. Some stone, a handful of ingots, some glass, and some water. Okay, that looks better. So let's put out the hydrogen. And then let's put out the graphene. And then you're going to be graphene as well. And then we can copy this to put out the hydrogen, right? Okay. So those two are correct. Let's do the inner line here. So you're taking in proliferated fire ice, you're putting out unproliferated graphene and hydrogen on these three lines. So there's the middle 10, kind of reset. Okay. Gonna have to do some belt shenanigans to get everything hooked up. But we're gonna need outer lines of output for graphene and hydrogen. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit on the wide side. Let's reverse this and set up a second one. Which means you're gonna have to move a little bit. Let's see, how do I want to do this? The line closer has been the line for graphene, so I guess we'll do that again. So you're going to output graphene. Then we'll have another pile sorter that outputs hydrogen. Okay, that looks good for you. Let's get a few more. And we need 19, not 20. So on the last side over here, we'll fix it up. Now, why didn't it... No, it did. Yeah, it's got all the sorters and everything. Okay. So this inner line is graphene. That's the fire ice. There's another graphene line. I guess we'll have the graphene join up. And then the hydrogen is going to need to hop over the graphene lines. So let's have the graphene continue on this way for now. Here's another graphene line. This will be the final graphene line. Okay. Now we need one more line for hydrogen over here, and we need to fix this up. So I'm not, this is not going to be a reusable blueprint. This is a one-off. Let's have that hop over like that. And then we'll set up the output. So you're going to be graphene. And we do another pile sorter here, and this becomes the output for hydrogen. And now the build is largely complete. It's just hooking up the outputs. You're going to be hydrogen. And we're going to have 4 more of you. 3 more of you. There we go. Okay, so that looks fine. All the graphene's hooked up. Let's hook up all the hydrogen. They can all hop over. I actually need you to connect, not hop over. Okay, so all the hydrogen and graphene are on these lines. And so all that's left is power. Let's get some satellite substations going. I guess we can throw one right there, since we've got the space for it. And then this is a one-off build, so it sort of doesn't matter where the rest goes. Let's see if we can I get this with... I can do that. And that. Alright, so now everything's set. Let's turn it on and make sure it all works. Let's set up the fire ice outputs here. Okay, so fire ice inputs are fine. All of the machines are working. And looks like we have a mistake somewhere. We've got some mixes. I've got graphene and fire ice. Ah, okay. This was not supposed to connect this way. Okay. That's fine. We can fix that. And I've got some mixes in here as well. Yeah, I've definitely made a mistake. So this was supposed to be the hydrogen line. The inner line is graphene. I've completely mixed this up. So, all right, so inner line here is supposed to be hydrogen, or rather graphene, which comes out to here. That's fine. I've got the inner and outer lines mixed up here. So wait a minute. You're supposed to be graphene. So the graphene output should connect. Fire ice, graphene, graphene. Okay. There's all the graphene connected. Right? Right. Okay. And so then there's only the one line for hydrogen. All right. Let's drain these lines a little bit. How is it still mixed up? Oh, this one. I forgot we had another line here. All right, so the outer line is graphene. Well, that's why it's mixed up. It's the inner line here, and then it's the outer line over here. So I've confused myself in that fashion. It's you're graphene. You are hydrogen. Let's clear our inventory. I think we've got it now. I think that looks right. Yeah, so graphene. All that's graphene, all that's graphene. Okay, and then all this is hydrogen. That finally looks correct. Okay. Let's fix this all up. So that's our graphene plant. All of this goes into CASIMIR crystal production. So now that we have this, we can proliferate these and feed them in. Or alternatively, maybe just proliferate the graphene and send the hydrogen through a different loop, because there's gonna have to be... Yeah, I'm gonna have to split this between a lot of things. Let me take a look here. Let's go look at the diagram. So the graphene is shared between all of these CASIMIR production lines. So we need 46, and we need to split that graphene between it evenly, and then they need massive amounts of hydrogen. So what are we looking at here? Graphene, hydrogen, and titanium crystals. I think I already did the titanium crystals. I might not have. No, we didn't do the titanium crystals yet, so that's a problem. Okay. Let's set up the CASIMIR production line anyway. So we need 46 of these, and it's a 3 input. Okay. So we kind of want to distribute that graphene equally amongst whatever we build. It's probably going to be... Yeah, I have enough space here to do it. 2 vertical builds, and then we'll split the graphene. So let's see what blueprint I can use here. I think probably DSC 30 is a good one to start with. Yeah. So let's get one of these. I forgot to switch the video back, didn't I? Yes. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so okay, 46. We need 46, so we need, what, 23 in each? Let me get the blueprint set up for CASIMIR crystals, and then we'll shave this down from 30 to 23 in 2 different places, and then use a splitter for the graphene. I think that works. Okay, clear, 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 clear. You are going to be supplying CASIMIR crystals, but you're going to be demanding hydrogen, graphene, and the titanium crystals, wherever those might be. So that uses organic crystals, which we can get, and titanium ingots. Okay. Then you're going to supply CASIMIR crystals to whoever wants them. Okay. That seems fine. So the graphene will be storage. That's coming from the plant we just built. Like, literally all the graphene's coming from the plant we just built. These will be demand and... I guess, I don't know, something like that. It doesn't need much. We'll figure out the exact numbers for these two in a minute. All right, so I guess, yeah, we don't need to do proliferators over here. We can just feed these, we can feed both of these in. Like, this little bit of hydrogen can go into one. The graphene can be split into two. That's fine. And then we can proliferate everything here. I think that's fine. The titanium crystals we might proliferate on site. But it couldn't hurt to, like, I don't think that it consumes a sprayer if the product's already proliferated, right? Regardless, the first two things will need to be set up to be proliferated, so let's get a couple more of these on the line. Okay, that looks good. Let's extend the line here. Okay, so all of them are showing blue. CASIMIR crystals, when their output will be done, that all looks good. All right, so we'll do hydrogen, graphene, and CASIMIR, or titanium crystals. Now, the hydrogen, it probably would benefit from being stacked. And we'll need to do the math to make sure we're not trying to put more on the belt than it can handle. Could be a problem. What did I do? Yeah. Graphene, titanium crystals. Okay. So let's change the recipe over to CASIMIR crystals. Accidental keyboard click there. Pulled up by inventory. Didn't really want to. Okay. So that's like, I think that's a basic layout that we can use. I don't think there's much else I need to change other than figuring out the numbers here. So let's take a look. This is 30 CASIMIR assemblers. All right. Using either recipe, I guess we could be trying to fly in grading crystals here. Excuse me. But I don't know that we have a huge amount of those nearby. It could be easier than the titanium crystals to a degree. We can think about that. We'll think about that in a minute. So let's see. 4 seconds for a recipe. We get 15 recipes per minute with 1 crystal each. So 15 crystals. Times 30 assemblers is 450, right? Yeah, 15 times 30 is 450 times 1.25. This is going to make 562.5 CASIMIR crystals per minute. Let's copy the blueprint for reuse. Okay, this is going to be tower builds. 30 CASIMIR assemblers. And then, what was that number? 562.5. All right. There's our blueprint. There's our output done. Let's save that blueprint. Oh, I had CASIMIR 1125 112.5 here. What does that look like? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, look, it's got like little graphene chemical plants built into it. I probably won't use that again. So let's figure out the inputs. Right, so 15 per minute times 30 is 450 titanium crystals. Double that, 900 graphene. And then multiply that by 12. That's a big number. Hold on. So it's 15 per minute times 30. So 450 of the crystals. All right. Let's see if we can get these numbers right. I think I will delete this. All right. So input is going to be 450 titanium crystals. At least for this build. 900 graphene. And then 450 times 12 is what? 5,400 hydrogen. So, okay, so half of that is 2,700, right? 2,500 plus 2, 2,700. So that means we have a problem because each of the lines of hydrogen needs to carry 2,700 and the most it can output is 1,800. So we actually need a second line here. We need to change this layout. So yeah. Each line. Here's what I'm gonna have to do. So this is outputting 1,800 per minute. If we switch this over to hydrogen as well, that outputs 3,600 per minute. And then I need to stack it onto this so that this belt ends up... Now, I'm not quite sure how fast the pile sorter works here. 120 items per second. Okay. So if we put one pile sorter here, like this, then it'll stack it as fast as it comes out, and then this is moving as fast as it comes out. So this will put double on the line, and then this will quadruple it. I think that should work. And then the titanium crystals can go in there, or the graphene. Ugh. The graphene can go in there, like that. And then this is actually going to use quite a lot of proliferator too, with the amount of items being sprayed. I think for aesthetic purposes, we will have this come out to the end, but the pile sorter should move everything over. Would it work from here to here? No, it wouldn't work from there to there. That's okay. So we'll just have it locked in like that. And then we'll have the titanium crystals come out of the back. Which is a little bit rough, actually, because it means there's only one input here for our graphene. Yeah, that's tough. That means we do need to put all of this into a tower and have it shipped over, because we're not going to be able to belt it directly, which is a bit of a shame. But we're close by, so it should be okay. All right, let's have you come out and then come around here like this. You're going to be the titanium crystals. And then we need to replicate that over here. So you go into there, and then we add another pile sorter here to handle the throughput issue. So you go from there to there, and you're going backwards to make sure they're stacked 4 high. You switch over to hydrogen, you switch over to graphene, and then out the back comes the titanium crystals, or grading crystals. You could sort of do it however you want. You could very easily adapt this to use grading crystals instead. Okay, so that is, I believe, a functional build. Now, the big question is whether or not this thing can pull in 5,400 hydrogen per minute. I guess we'll have to find out. You know what might be necessary here, actually, is a second tower. Feeding hydrogen directly in. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. It's going to make it kind of tall. But this lets us get some extra, feed some extra hydrogen in fast enough, which I think we need. So the only thing you're going to do is demand hydrogen. And feed it into this second tower. Like this, I guess? Like if all of your outputs are hydrogen, you can spam it in there really fast. That seems fine, I guess. Yeah, let's have you demand. Seems like a bit of a waste, but maybe it's necessary for this build. I'm not sure. Seems like a lot of hydrogen to be asking for. So I think the second tower is a good idea. Let me save this. So I think this will now work. Tower builds, CASIMIR crystal. All right, copy that. And then we'll copy this blueprint. Luckily, I didn't cross the tropic line there. And we'll update the blueprint here. Okay. And then we can belt the graphene directly into... Nope, nope. We could belt the hydrogen directly in, but we can't belt the graphene. The graphene still needs to be flown over. All right, let's put a second one down. Right next to the first one. And then we need to shave a few of these out, actually. You're going to need a tower. Your little tiny bit of hydrogen can flow in here. That's not a problem. I am running out of belts here. And sorters. Oh no! I don't have enough power satellite substations? Oh, that's not good. How did I burn through that many? I need even more belts, it looks like. And I'm gonna need... What else do I need here? Why is that Mark II? Where is there a Mark II belt? That's weird. Need more sprayers. There's something weird going on here. Where is there a Mark II belt? Let me see. Doesn't seem like there is. That was very strange. All right. Well, like I was saying, the hydrogen can be belted in directly because we just need oodles and oodles of that. So a little extra bit belted in directly couldn't hurt. Let's just do that to this one. But the graphene, we don't have an input belt where we can fit it because we're using, like, there's one belt left here. And I don't see myself fitting it in there somehow. So yeah, this is gonna have to be droned out. This is probably a one-off build. We could do this. We can supply graphene to whoever wants it, which is going to be both of these guys. And then we can just belt the graphene in as well. So there goes the graphene in. We actually don't want you... Yes, we do want you to demand... It still comes out, right? Yeah, it still comes out. Okay. You're going to supply graphene. That's fine. In terms of how much graphene these guys should be asking for, we already figured this out, so... We want to give 1 minute worth of production here. They need 900 graphene each, and then we are going to carve this down. So I need 46 of these instead of 60. So we're going to remove, what? 7 from each? So like a little bit less than a third. So we'll say they each get, I don't know, 750 graphene they need. I guess I can't do 750. We'll just put it at 800. And you're going to demand... Okay. You need 800. You're going to demand. And then you're going to demand 5,000 hydrogen. You're going to demand 5,000 hydrogen. Okay. So now we have the problem of... We have 2 problems. We have to figure out whether we want to use titanium crystals and go make those or use grading crystals. We would need an awful lot of grading crystals. I don't think... It's a pretty rare resource, and I don't think we even have any in the star system. So, like, I don't know if I want to be, like, shipping that amount of resources interstellar. Let's just look. We do have 3 million grading crystal, actually, in the system. Where are they? They're not here, are they? No, they're not on this planet. Are they on the satellite? Yeah, there's 3 million grading crystal on the satellite, so... Maybe I will go grab those. We do need a lot, though, for this. Let's think about this. So if we swap this over to use the other recipe... 15 recipes times 8... times 46, right? Let's see. 15 times 8 times 46. We would need 5,000 per minute. Which means if there's 3 million... Yeah, a little bit more than 5,000. So 3 million divided by 5,000 is... Nope, I got that wrong somehow. 3 million divided by 5,000. 600 minutes. So 10 hours. It would only last for 10 hours. And I think we need this to run longer than that. So I think we do have to go make the titanium crystals. And I apparently, somehow I ran out of satellite substations. I guess I didn't bring enough with me. I thought I brought like 60, but I guess that wasn't enough. So, what is this? A relay stations landing? Fine. So, we need 46. We have 60. We need to carve this down. We need to remove 7 from each side. And fortunately, yeah, because 46 plus 14 is 60, right? Right, okay. So fortunately, we do have 7 right here that we can just get rid of on each side, so... That'll be fine. Okay, so now we have exactly the number we need. I guess I'll just leave those there in case. And I need to pop home and do a mall run before we can continue. And this wouldn't start running anyway because we don't have the titanium crystals set up. So we did the graphene, we did the setup for the CASIMIR crystals, but we're going to have to go make a bunch of titanium crystals somewhere and ship them here. I'm also going to have to do a mall run. However, once the CASIMIR crystals are in production, we're very close. We go into plane filters and then quantum chips, and then we're able to actually build our 420 rockets per minute. We're going to blaze it up and send them into our star. So I think I'll probably call the episode here, and off camera, I'll do my mall run. I'll set up the titanium crystal production. And when we come back next time, we'll be working on the plane filters into the quantum chips into these small carrier rockets. So that'll be exciting. I'll do one more thing back home, which is I'll set up the assembler at the mall to begin making the launch facilities for us, which is what? It's this thing, the vertical launching silo. It can launch 5 per minute, so we don't need that many. If we're going to be making 420 rockets per minute, divide that by 5, you get what, 84? We need like 84 of these total. That's all we need. So I'll just set up one quick thing. Oh, look at this. It uses quantum chips and the lozenge thing. What is this? The graviton lens? Yikes. I'm not setting up a production line for that. I'm probably... Wow, look how many it takes, too. We're probably going to have to hand feed in a bunch of quantum chips and graviton lenses. And for 84 launching silos, we're going to need a hefty amount, it looks like. So yeah, I will get this set up and at least started producing those for me. And I'll do all that off camera. So mall run crystals, setting up this to get building. And then we'll come back here and next episode we'll do plane filters into quantum chips into small carrier rockets. I hope I can get all that done in one episode, but I'm not sure. It might stretch out a little bit. Anyway, that is going to be it for this time. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We're getting very, 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 very close to being able to actually start building the permanent sphere, not just this continually decaying swarm, which is cool, no doubt, but like having an actual sphere will be really cool, I think. And then after that, we can start messing around with the end game tech, you know, the white science. I probably should be doing some research of some sort. But there's some cool stuff there. You know, there's the antimatter fuel rods and the strange matter and a few other cool endgame items that we can use. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of the playthrough because once I set up the rockets, then it's just a matter of letting the game run for 10 or 20 hours to build the whole structure and then fire all our sails into the sun. And then we'll have our Dyson sphere, which is what I want to build. We'll also get into the white science and unlocking that stuff as well. All right, I'm rambling. It's a bad habit. I'm going to call it there. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.